Yo, what's good? Welcome back, guys, to another video. So guys, on today's video I'm going to show you guys how I mix and master my Afrobeat. I know it's different for everybody, but I'm just going to show you guys how I personally do mine. Before I get into today's video, guys, I just want to let you guys know, as music producers, we are not sound engineers, so our job is just to make the beat and make it sound really good. The actual mixing and mastering is going to be done when the artist sends the beat down to the sound engineer, and then there it's going to be mixed and mastered with the vocal. So the only thing you need to do is try as much as possible to make your beat sound clean and really good. So I hope at the end of this video you guys are going to learn anything. So without wasting much of your time, let's go to today's video. Hey, I just finished making this beat. This is the beat that I'm going to be using as an example for you guys. I only added effects, I haven't done anything, so this is what the beat sounds like. So guys, for this video we're going to specifically talk about three things, which is leveling, mixing and mastering. So I'm going to take my time to explain each stage. So guys, the first thing we need to talk about is leveling your mix. For leveling, you need to open up your channel rack, and on mine I already did some leveling, so I'm just going to set everything back to default. So I just set everything back to default, and then what I like to do is I'll go to the section where every single thing is playing, which is usually the chorus. So I'm just going to select this, highlight it, so it's just going to loop at just this point, and then I'm going to open up my channel rack, and then I'm going to play only the instruments. I'll start by leveling the instruments. I'm going to basic piano, bring this down a little, increase this, bring this down, this is the bass. And then once I'm done with the instrument, I'm just going to progress down. As I progress, I just level as I go. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to increase this. Turn this on. So the next thing we have is a vocal loop. So for this, I'll bring this down. So like this point, okay. And then the next thing we have is a perk loop. And then we also have a drum roll. So this is a drum roll, and as you guys can already hear, it's quite loud. So I'm going to bring this down. Yes. Then also have my tag, so I just bring this down a little. Then we have this. I'm just gonna bring this down. And then we have this, so I'm gonna bring this down. And we also have this, so I'm gonna bring this down. And the last thing we have is a texture loop, and already this can be too loud, so definitely you just need this to be tucked in the background. So I'm just going to bring this down. Once you've done this, congratulations, as you're done with the first step towards mixing and mastering your beats. So what I usually do once I'm done with this, I select every single thing. Like I said before, it's a thing of preference. I like to select everything, go to my mixer, click on the first insert, hold Ctrl+Shift+L. It's going to make everything have its own individual mixer track, because for me like this it's easier to add effects and mix my sound. So guys, the next step is the mixing stage, and for me I like to mix on mono. So I go over to my master track, and then I just use the stereo separation knob to put this on mono. If I take this all the way to the left, it's going to be on stereo, and then if I take this all the way to the right, it's on mono. So the reason I like mixing on mono is because it gives me more clarity, and mixing on mono just gives me room to find those little mistakes that I couldn't find while I was leveling. I put this on mono, and then I select every single thing by holding Ctrl+Shift, and then I just drag like this. Go over to the first one and then bring everything down. And then like this, I'm just going to manually adjust the volume to whatever level I like. So I'm going to play it, Then I'm going to slowly increase it. Bring this down. So for my bass, I like to sometimes set my bass to mono, and then I just like to keep my bass below -9 decibels. So I'm gonna manually increase this, but I usually don't want to let it pass -9 decibels. So I think this much is fine. Then this is my tags, fine. And this is the texture. And then once I feel everything is okay, I usually just go back and I set this back to normal. So as you guys can hear, everything sounds well mixed and well leveled. I'm very much pleased with the way it sounds really okay to me. So I'm just going to move on to the next step, which is mastering. So for mastering, when it comes to mastering an Afrobeat, it's quite different from a trap or an R&B or even an EDM beat, because Afrobeats 9 out of 10 times do not have, heavy hard hitting 808 or hard hitting kicks, or it doesn't have, harsh, lead sounds. It's just quite mellow, and the drums and a lot of percussions. So Afrobeats, it doesn't need too much, in my opinion. It doesn't need too much to master an Afrobeat. You just need to make it sound spacious and make it sound well leveled. And for me to do that, I usually start by adding a fruity compressor. So I add a fruity compressor. So for the threshold, I usually just put this at -12, -11 dB. And for my ratio, I put this to 3.0 to 1. And then for the gain, I usually just play the beats and then I increase it as I play along, and just leave it to where it feels alright to me. I think this point is okay. And then for the attack, the release, and the type, I just let it be the way it is. And then the last thing I do is just to add a fruity limiter. For the fruity limiter, I'm going to bring the attack down, release, and the sustain all down. Increase the ceiling all the way up because we do not need it. And then I'm going to bring the saturation to like -2, -3 dB. And then I'm just going to increase the gain up just a little, just like this. The goal is to make it moderately loud and not excessively loud, to where it's peaking and everything is just muddy and clashy and everything. So I just like it this way. This is basically all I do to mix and master my Afrobeat. So for me, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the results I got. This is basically all I do to mix and master my Afrobeat. So I'm just going to play the whole beat for you guys to listen.
Hey, you can't spice that shit up.
So guys, that's gonna be all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video and I hope you guys learned a thing or two. Like I said before, mixing and mastering is a thing of preference, but this is basically how I mix and master each and every of my Afrobeat. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, go down there, like this video, guys. Make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you're new to the channel, because you guys watch my videos and not subscribe. And also go follow me on Instagram at kanzibeats. So that's gonna be all for today, guys. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.